Oh, hello. This is, I believe, the second video of my solo hardcore Minecraft world. Um, I'm still very unused to recording by myself, so I'm feeling very awkward. But I have a couple of goals for the next few videos. I was talking to, oops, I was talking to Sun, who very much approves of this solo run. And she suggested that I build a sculpture of her in this world to like pay homage to her, even though she won't be here. And I think that's a great idea. So I don't know when I'll be able to do that. I will need a lot of blocks to be able to do that effectively. But I think it's an amazing idea, and I definitely want that to be a goal for at least the next few videos. Also, like I said in the first video, I have a couple long-term goals. I want to build myself a sustainable base, um, like with a farm, fireflies. Sorry, I saw in the subtitles, fireflies buzz. Are fireflies a thing? What is that? What kind of skeleton is that? Oh, there's little firefly bushes. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I like that a lot. I'm gonna go back in before I get destroyed. But that's very cool. I wonder when they added that. I really have not been up to date in the new Minecraft updates because whenever I've been playing Minecraft lately, it's mostly been for stream, and for those we can't really update it very much, or else it kind of like it doesn't really get updated. Like new blocks get added to the creative menus, I believe, but I don't think the actual world can update that much. So we've kind of just left it where it is for consistency's sake. So yeah, I don't know when they added the fireflies or whatever that weird skeleton was, but that's very cool. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper now. Oh, copper. Maybe we could build the sculpture out of copper. That would be cool. Like a Statue of Liberty-esque sculpture. I also turned up the frequency of the Minecraft music. I'm not sure when it's gonna start playing. It said it would have something pop up when it did. Yeah, I don't hear anything. I guess I just don't know how frequent is. But, yeah. Hopefully we'll have some nice background music, because I know we didn't have it in the first episode. But yes, as I was saying, I want to build a nice, sustainable home base. And as I said in the first episode, I just want to explore the new updates. I think the new Ghast update is very cool from all I've heard about it. And I just want to kind of explore it in a hardcore survival world instead of just in creative mode like I normally do. Don't really know what kind of a mess of a mine I'm making, but oh well. Could always just do that. There's a lot of diorite. I could also build the sculpture out of that. I don't know how big the sculpture will be. Probably pretty big. But I don't want to accidentally fall off of it and die since I'm in hardcore. That would be a ridiculous way to die. Alright. We need to do a couple more pickaxes. Alright, it's getting closer to daytime, but not quite. I'll just continue digging this for a little while. And then in the morning, I want to try to, what should I do next? Maybe have like a barn to keep a bunch of animals in. I know we're starting a wheat farm, but... Ah, there we go. That's nice. I like that little card. Maybe we should just turn... Maybe we should just keep it on constant. Maybe that would be better. There we go. I think that's a nice level. I really like the Minecraft music. I know a lot of people find it very nostalgic, and so do I. But I also just think they're really nice songs. Oh. Well, looks like we broke into water. I don't know how high up that water goes, so I'm gonna close that off for now. Just in case it leads up to the surface, which I don't really want. Also, just to let you guys know, I'm recording these probably the next like 4-ish, maybe 5, well in advance because I'm going on vacation, but the first one I just recorded all by itself as a standalone recording. And it was pretty fun. Ah, they can see from very far away, huh? Let me sleep. I know it's pretty much daytime, but I just wanna make sure they start roasting. I don't remember if they can bash down my door in hardcore, but I don't want to find out. There we go. Oh yeah, I also have not... That is such a ridiculous way to die. And that's such a ridiculously quick way to die. Okay. So... I was not planning on ending this playthrough that soon. I was planning on ending it after I died, but I wasn't expecting to die from a creeper on the second episode, the beginning of the second episode. So I'm going to pause right here and I guess start a new world. And we're back. I am now creating Hardcore World 2.0. I am using the same exact rules as I used for the other one. So, hardcore, no commands, no mob griefing. As you saw, the creeper did not, in fact, destroy my base, but it did blow myself to smithereens. So, it looks like we're in a nice plains with some sheep. The first thing I'm going to do is punch a few of them to death so I can get some wool and make a bed, because that's very nice to have early on. Alright, I have 3 mutton and 3 wool. That's a nice start. I'm also going to get some wood. I spent some time in the beginning of the first episode exploring, trying to find the perfect place for a base. But for now, I think I'm just going to quickly gather some good materials and make some tools, and then I can set off. Maybe I can travel a little bit before I actually establish a nice base, and I can just build little dirt huts on the way as I go. I'll probably chop down a few more trees and collect a couple saplings just in case I end up going somewhere that doesn't have any trees. And then we'll head out. So, cue the montage. Alright, so I've chopped down a few trees. I have a few saplings and some apples. Those are nice to have. I also have some sticks. So, I'm just going to set out. That is a very tall birch tree. There's some more sheep. Maybe very quickly I can make a crafting table and just make a couple basic tools. Like a sword and an axe and a pickaxe. I'll also gather up some dirt so that I can very quickly build a hut when I need to. Oh, there's a cute little rabbit. There's a pretty big birch forest, it looks like. Birch is very nice. We could live here. Very large ravine. very pretty. There's some iron over there. Some squid and fish. Living by a river might be nice. And I could have fish as a food source. Nice jungle over there. Big mountains, it looks like. This is a very pretty area. I kind of like this. I like the idea of living in a jungle next to a river. I think that's very, like, atmospheric almost. Let's see how far this river goes. I am draining my hunger meter, but... Oh, there's some cute dogs over here. That might be nice. If we get some bones, we could tame one. And then some plains. I don't know. I feel like a jungle would be nice. I definitely want one of those dogs at some point. Let's eat these. Yeah, maybe for now, we'll just set up, a little hut. Definitely need some more dirt. Maybe we can build like a tree house or something like that. That might be nice. Alright, that should be enough dirt. Nice little hut. Very classic. We'll build it just a teensy bit bigger. Don't know how long we'll be staying in it after all. And 2 pieces of dirt left for a door. Alright. We'll build that bed so that we can sleep once it's nighttime. If I can place it, there we go. And we should also very quickly... Where should we do it? I guess over here. Very quickly get a few cobblestone to make a furnace. Ooh. Very convenient. Have to be very quick. So that it doesn't get too dark while we're down here. Alright, we can mine the rest of the morning. I'll make some quick torches. And now I have a nice little home. Alright. Let's make a chest. Pretty similar start to the first one. We did not get cobblestone though. But I can sleep through the night and keep mining in the morning. Alright. Looks like we slept quick enough that there weren't really any monsters. And let's keep mining. My goals are still pretty much the same, even though we died much faster than I expected. I let myself get caught off guard. I stood outside for way too long, just fully staring into my empty inventory, and I let a creeper sneak up behind me. So we'll learn from our mistakes, and we won't do that. I'll make sure that I'm on guard whenever I'm outside. That's part of why I often have subtitles turned on, and why I especially want them on since I'll be talking and I might not be able to hear things, so I'll keep an eye on the subtitles. And I'll make sure that I make myself some armor as quickly as possible, I think. That's probably a good idea. For that, I will need lots and lots of iron. I did see some in the river back there. So I could go back and get that. It'll probably only be a few pieces, but it'll be better than nothing. I'll put a torch down here just in case. Make a furnace. And some cobblestone pickaxes and a cobblestone sword just in case. Let's go find some more animals and get some nice meat from them. Oh, it's raining. There were some wolves. I want to be careful of those. Also get some seeds again. Oh, sheep. Very nice. Alright, we don't want to kill all of them, but I do want enough that I don't waste any coal. There's some pigs over there as well. And some horses, how nice. Right, my hut is over there, I believe. Okay. I will be keeping an eye out for when they release Optifine for this version, because I do miss the zooming feature, which I believe Vanilla does not have. Definitely need to make a hoe when I get back to my little hut. I really like the firefly bushes, they're very nice. Alright. Let's cook some of this up. And we should get maybe one more cobblestone. Maybe a couple more. We'll use up this pickaxe. There we go. Oh, iron. Okay. I'll come back for that once it's not raining and dark. We'll make a hoe. And we'll right here, I think. So we can have a small little wheat farm. Alright, one more. Alright. It's not nighttime quite yet. We should plant these trees. I can cook some logs as well with the remaining coal for some charcoal. And then as soon as we find either cobwebs or spiders, we should use, or can I? No, we can't turn that into string. But as soon as we can, we should get string so that I can make a fishing rod. And fish and wheat, fish and bread will probably be my main food sources. One charcoal, that's okay. Better than nothing. And I think, just like the last one, we should make a composter. And then we can put any scraps we have in there for some nice bone meal. But not nighttime yet? Guess not. Almost, probably. Let's expand our wheat farm while we have the chance. And also make sure we don't accidentally punch any wolves. That would not be fun. Lots and lots of seeds. That should be good enough. I don't know what all it takes to make cookies, but that could also be a major food source since there's cocoa beans and my wheat farm. I don't know if I need eggs for it. I probably need sugar, but there's some sugar cane. Maybe we should gather that and move that closer. could also just bone meal. Why did that one have bone meal in it? Is it just from the bones? Did I just steal that fish's bones? How bizarre. Yeah, we should probably head to bed. Just a few more seeds. Yep, it is definitely bedtime. We'll plant that in the morning. Got some nice raw salmon I can cook later as well. And now let's go to bed. Alright. So far, so good. Alright. We've got a forest, a sugar farm, and a wheat farm, and a nice source of fish along the river, and a source of cocoa beans, and wolves over here. So, I think put some torches here to keep our stuff safe. I think I should head out and try to find some iron. Oh, there was some down here, wasn't there? Yeah. Just one, but it's better than nothing. Alright. We'll go back down the river. Was it up the river or down the river? I think it was down the river. We'll go back down here and try to find that iron. I don't quite remember where it was. Really wish I could zoom. It's okay. Ooh, there's a nice cave down there. There's lots of clay. I don't remember what all you can do with clay, but it is a nice resource. I might kill some more salmon. Very good. Can't quite see what's down there. It might have been over there. We'll cross the lake. Yeah, I believe it was right here. Was it? There's a ravine. There's coal there. It might be crazy. Did I imagine it? This is very far for iron. Unless it was right here. Aha! There it is. There's also some flowers, which I don't need. Oh, lapis. We should also get that. Alright. Carve this out a little bit. There it is. Let's get that sand, because we can also make glass. Come on. There we go. Couple iron is better than nothing. But we should definitely start heading back before we get lost. I believe we're just down there. Dragonfish. I definitely need to listen to more of the Minecraft music in my spare time. It's very pleasant. Ah, yes, there's my hut. Did we get any more? No, we didn't get any more bone meal from all those fish. That's very interesting. I think that was like from the first fish that I killed. I wonder if that's a rare drop or something. Put all these in there. It's a very spooky song. Got some lapis. That will be useful for when we have an enchanting table. Which will probably be quite a while, if ever, because that takes diamonds and obsidian and all sorts of stuff. It's not nighttime yet. This is still growing. Our trees are growing. Alright, 4 more seeds. There we go. That should be good enough for a wheat farm. We can tidy it up and make it nicer once we're a little bit more settled in. I also want to explore the top of that mountain when I get the chance, but that can definitely wait. Lots and lots of cooked salmon, that's good. Yeah, as I said, my goals are pretty much the same still. I did also see a little while ago that they added a new creature. I don't remember what it was called, but I know that it was a sort of tree-ent-esque mob that I'm very interested in seeing. I believe it's spawns in those like white forests that I think are usually in the dark oak forests. So when we get the time and resources, I definitely want to find that. It looks very interesting. I really like creatures like that are sort of mystical and fantastical. one of my favorite series of all time is Lord of the Rings, so I'm quite partial to tree ant-like creatures. Let's chop down those trees while it's still a little bit light out. I've been meaning to rewatch Lord of the Rings. I should do that soon. I also haven't fully read the Lord of the Rings series, but I really want to get into reading again. So I might do that. I used to be a huge reader, when I was younger, but I haven't read a proper physical book in a very long time. I love buying them and collecting them, and I have a big bookshelf, 2 bookshelves actually, full of books and some piles scattered around, many of which I just haven't read yet. It was probably getting more and more sucked into technology and screens and my attention span waning that kind of had me losing my desire to sit and quietly read a physical book like that, but I've always loved reading, so like I said, I definitely want to get back into it soon. Maybe tonight I can pick that book up, Lord of the Rings. I know it's a big book to start with after so long, but I don't mind. I was always a huge reader. I believe when I was I don't remember quite how old I was. Maybe like 8 or 9. I read the entire Harry Potter book series in I think less than a week. And then I reread it in I think less than that, on a road trip. We moved from Vermont to Arkansas, and we drove the whole way. So I had a lot of free time on my hands, so I plugged in my MP3 player and listened to the same 50 or so songs on repeat and read the entire Harry Potter series. It was a very interesting road trip, and I'm surprised that I didn't get carsick. But, of course, I haven't read Harry Potter in a long time or seen the movies or anything, for obvious reasons. But, you know, hopefully it can be reclaimed, one way or another. I don't think I planted this one. So it's a very interesting shaped tree. I like this song a lot as well. It's very funky. This is a bit of a long episode, but this is probably a good place to cut it. Just kind of settling in, chopping down my trees, you know. So I'll probably cut it there for now. It was very inconvenient to die in the second episode, but, you know, things happen. So we'll just try to make the most of it and hopefully settle into, you know, a better map, a better world. We'll make the most out of it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this very eventful second episode of the series. Um, I'll try to continue recording and posting these as long as I can, and hopefully I don't have to cut it short again because I really do want to explore some of the new updates. Um, I stream most Saturdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Central with my friend Sun. I'll be missing the next couple because I'll be on vacation. But I should be back in about 2 or 3 weeks. But these will still be posted even while I'm gone. So yeah, keep an eye out for the next stream. It is most likely to be, let's see, on the 19th. That is probably when I'll be back to stream. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.